Hello, my people. Welcome to another episode of the Risky News. My name is Harlow the Hawk, and today we are going over episode 23, where we are going to be talking about what's coming on next week. All the week from, actually, this is the last week of January 2025 in the Risk tournament scenes. And because we have a lot to talk about, let's go ahead and start with the first one, the FFA Throwback tournament. This one is going to its final days. And as part of these finals, the settings are going to be Command Base CX1. This is one of the biggest maps on Risk. It's going to be Zombie Apocalypse, no Blizzards, no Fog of War, no Portals. It's going to be progressive 60 seconds. So that is going to be the game. And the finalists are JJ Bro, Trunk, Sango, Ananias, Wellington, Sea Monster, and Borusen Robin. So, congratulations to all 6 of these players for making it to the finals of the tournament. They are going to be playing, I think it's going to be next Friday or something like that. So, that is something that you guys can look forward. We know that JJ is a streamer, of course. So, he might be streaming this tournament on his channel. So, go into JJ's channel and watch this tournament next week. Now, moving on to the next tournament, we have the Risk X Among Us. This tournament is also coming into the finals that are going to be happening next week. The settings, the players will be voting into which are going to be the settings that they want to play. So we have to wait until they vote and they decide. But if you have any questions who the players are, so there you got them all. These players are Silent Legend. He was the winner of the first free-for-all championship of last year. He is a legend, and it's not only because it's on his name. He is a legend by his own merit, and he had a really nice year last year. Also, we have G-Man Gaming. That is a new name, I think. But it's good that we have new names coming. That means that Risk is a game that if you dedicate or you understand, you can make strides and come up, long ways. We also have Riddle, that he also won he has also won a few tournaments this year, I think. Did he? Yeah, I think he did. We have Eli's, I Am Mamba, and Dignia. All of them, they are right now on the finals for the Risk Among Us Secret Missions tournament. Now, we also have the risky World Domination that is coming to the fourth round, and this week the players will be playing Canada Advance 70%. Now, this is a progressive game, but still, Canada Advance is a big enough map that even fix or prog, you still have to take bonuses early on. So just don't slip up those bonuses. You do need them in Canada Advance. Now, the only difference is that there is least chances of there is not that many chances of the game stalemating or resetting, right? Because if you are prog, you just go for kills and you just line up the kills until you get enough and run the 70. So this game, it should be early on. It's gonna take a while because of course people are gonna be getting bonuses and they're gonna be growing stronger. But sometime whenever the trades are gonna be happening, I would say in this game it's gonna be like the fourth or fifth trading sequence. That is when somebody's gonna be on 5 or somebody's gonna be on 4 to 5 cards, and then somebody's gonna go for the kill, and with that they're just gonna run the 70%. So that is how I see this game ending. The next tournament, we have Nathaniel's favorite settings tournament. They are going into the third round, and for this week, the 3 games that will be played are Rivertown Advanced 70% with Unstable Portals, thank you. Automated and 90 seconds, Automated AI and 90 seconds time, which is good because this is a choky big map. Believe it or not, Rivertown Advanced is a big enough map and it's choky, so the 90 seconds are really good for this map. The second game is going to be Europe Advanced Zombies Apocalypse, Stable Portals. Sorry. And if there is a stalemate, then it's gonna be the first one to kill somebody. I don't love these settings, but I do understand. But the last time that I played these settings, the game stalemated and it was a nightmare. So I hope that I win the first game or I win the third one. Now, the third game is going to be Italy Advanced 70% on Civil Portals, Fix Expert AI 60 seconds. So that is going to be the 3 games. The second game, it can stalemate. It can take a long time. The first the first game it can take a while, but there is gonna be a point where everything's gonna be lining up and somebody's either gonna go for a kill and fail or somebody's just gonna run the 70%. Italy, this game is gonna be quick. It's always quick. Italy 70%, it's always quick. With 4 players, yes, it is going to be quick. Now, something interesting about this is that there is 2 brackets right now. People that have once consistently won both of their first 2 rounds, then they only have to play the first 2 games, right? Now, for everybody else, like me, that we lost our first game, our first round, but won the second one, then we do have to play the 3 games. If we cannot make it in the first 2. So that is it for Nathaniel Favorite Settings Tournament. Next tournament, we have the Progressive Worlddom Tournament. They will be moving into the second round, and for the second round, we have 2 maps. The first one is going to be Europe, just plain old Europe. World Dominations, no Blizzards, yes, Fog of War, Uncivil Portals, Progressive, card bonuses, and 60 times seconds with neutral bot. Now, you cannot hold a bonus, but in this map, the most OP territories, it's Spain, because you only have like 4 spaces in there, and it's choky, right? So unless you have a Blizzard, you can get into Spain, there is a good chance that you are never gonna know if there is anybody there, and you can fail kills if you are not in Spain. So Spain, and also that upper area between Scandinavia and North and Scotland, that area is also really good to miss kills. Now, the Uncivil Portal should be helping on that, but if you are not in Spain, good chance that you are going to be missing a kill or something. The second game is going to be Asia 1800s, World Domination, Uncivil Portals. It's going to be progressive. So again, you cannot hold a bonus, so that should make this game fairly fast, but also that means that it's gonna be easier to kill guard people because you do have a lot of islands in the Indonesia Malaysia area. You have a lot of islands in there, and that can help to kill guard people. So this game, again, it is prog. You can always just blast through a kill guard, but again, you have to account for that while the games moves on. Now, moving on to the 1v1 tournament in the main Risk Discord server. This tournament right now, they are moving into their second round. And for the second round, these players, they have 3 maps that they have to play. Dicey Trajectory, France, and Greenland Saga. Those are the 3 maps that they have to play 1v1 this week. Now, something interesting that they did this week with this tournament is that they created 2 different divisions. You have one division that is going to be played with Grandmasters only, and then you have the second division that is going to be with Master, Experts, Intermediates, and Beginners and Novices. Now, I hope I haven't heard anything, so that is good. But I hope that nobody's mad about this because I love this decision. Right? Usually, a complaint that many people has is that you have these people that they have a lot of experience in this tournament, and especially in 1v1, that is so that you only depend on yourself. So, and you have all of these people that they do 1v1 just for fun, right? They master this kind of tournament settings. So I love the decision about having these people with a lot of experience and just giving them their own division, their own tournaments. And then you do have all of these people that they probably want to learn how to play 1v1, that they have that challenge, but they don't know, or they want some more experience. And now you can play with other people that they have not that much experience in 1v1. So I love this decision. This is something that I applaud from the Risk community and from the staff and the organizer. And this tournament is being put together by Sterling. So Sterling and his team, whoever made that choice, I applaud you because I love it, right? GMs and people with experience in these kind of tournaments, they are going to be dominating, and that is going to be taking the fun away from people that they don't have that much experience. So if I knew that this was an option, then maybe I would have joined, because then I would have been in the second division, and then I know that I can try to squeeze a win out of these settings. Again, I am open about it. I do not play teams games, and I don't play 1v1. So definitely, if I knew that we're going to do 2 different divisions, I may have considered joining it. But again, if they do another 1v1 and there is like another division with players that they don't have that much experience, probably I will join into it. Because I'm guessing that even though it's GM and everybody else, I'm guessing they take into consideration tournament experience, right? Because even though I am a GM, I suck at 1v1, right? Now, again, just to let you know. Now, something to know about this is that this is effectively two different tournaments, right? You have one tournament for people with experience and that are GMs in 1v1, and then you have people that are not. And even though it's the World Championship, you have two divisions, two different tournaments, and we're gonna have two winners, which means that at the end, whenever this tournament is going to the finals, we will be talking about Division 1 and Division 2, okay? Perfect. Now, let's continue with the next tournaments. We have the GM Arena 70% tournament. This one is moving into the second round. And for the second round, the game is gonna be Japan 70%, which means that you need to gather 35 territories. It is fixed, which is fitting for Japan, which means that of course you need to have a bonus, but you also have to ensure that there is a balance of the game maintained, and you need a position where you need to actually ensure that you can take that you can trade, right? That you can take cards. So that is in Japan. Effectively, it can be split into two different portions. I don't remember the names of the bonuses or the islands, but it can be split into two different portions, and you need to try as much as you can to have a presence in both sides. And if not, then you do need to ensure that you have a stack big enough to blast through somebody blocking your path. So just to let you know, this is gonna be the settings for this one. I love these settings, and I am eager to play it. I am more eager to play in this one than the first round. Now, let's continue with the next one. We have the GM Arena 2v2. With this one, they're moving to the third round. And in the third round, these are the settings default, which means that if the guy, if in the actual maps they don't tell you something different, that this is gonna be the default, right? Which means that you are not gonna be using blizzards unless they tell you in the settings or in the map setting that you will be using blizzards. So if they don't mention the blizzards, then it's gonna be no blizzards. The same thing goes with fog of war. Always you're gonna have fog of war unless they tell you no fog of war. But of course, fog of war is important. So those are the overall settings, and these are gonna be the maps that will be used for the group stage. Now, this is the last week that they will be in the group stage. From next week forward, they're gonna start with the playoffs, and in the playoffs they're gonna be using different settings. So these are the different things that they're gonna be using. Frog, again, I don't play 2v2, but I do see what he's doing, and I like it. They're giving some kind of choice to the people about how they want to play it or how they play it, and they're giving like some kind of options or decision making to each one of the teams, which is good, right? Because because usually whenever somebody tells you what settings you have to play, then if you are not good on those settings, then you're screwed, right? But if you can see here in this game, choose a team. Team A chooses which map they want to play, which setting they want to play. In this one, Team B chooses. In this one, Team B chooses, and in this one, Team A chooses, which is great because now you cannot complain that you play to the advantage of the other team. Now you also have a say. So I do like that, and I am looking forward to see what they implement in the playoffs. What is gonna be different in the playoff of this tournament. Now the next tournament is the Rig Caps that is moving to the octofinals, which means that right now we are on the road to the finals, because you have the octofinals now, then you will be having the quarterfinals, semifinals, and of course finals. So that means that we are about 4 weeks away or so, depending on the calendar coordination of people, but we are about a month away from seeing who is going to be the first champion of the Rig Caps tournament. For this week, the guys will be playing 4 games. Again, they are not going to be playing all 4 games. That depends on the amount of players that survive through the different games. And the first one is going to be Reverse World. All of the games are going to be Capital Conquest. You have Blizzards, Fog of War, and you have Unstable Port. Actually, all of them are Fog of War. So yeah, you have also all of the games are gonna be fixed 60 seconds. So yeah, the main difference is going to be just the map. Okay, so that kind of solves everything for this one. So this is the first installment, and again, let me remind you all that in this tournament, the guys came up with the idea before the collaboration between Risk and Among Us was announced. Okay, so even though yes, it is Among Us, but no, they actually thought about this way before, like a few. They did it in the summer before they did the announcement of the collaboration between Among Us and Risk, and that is good because that tells you that we have a lot of members in our community that they enjoy coming up with new ideas, and that is really great for the tournament scene, and I think that is really great for the community to keep growing. Now, let us move on to the FFA with special powers. This one, they're also moving to the fourth round, and in the fourth round, they're going to be playing Las Vegas Zombies, and it's going to be Prog, 60 seconds, neutral AI, and balanced blitz. So, and it's no fog of war, so that means that people are gonna be able. This game should be ending fairly quick. Las Vegas is a big enough map, but if it's Prog, you can actually close. If it's Prog without fog of war, you can close any kind of gaps fairly easy. So, and with the blizzards, it's gonna. You could have some choky points where you are gonna be able to like have like a bunch of territory. So there is a chance. Is Las Vegas is an open world, but blizzards can actually impact a lot this map. Okay, so moving on to the Super Elitar tournament. I am so sorry again. I forgot to talk to Elitar or Carter about this one. I may need to add that in post production, so I'm so sorry for that. I will be coming up with this one, so my apologies for that. And my apologies for Elitar because I should have asked him again. I'm not feeling well and I forgot to ask him. So moving on to the next one. We have upcoming tournaments. Right now, we only have two upcoming tournaments that I am aware of. The first one is going to be the Magic Risk Ball. For this tournament, you have another week. Right? Is it another week? No, actually, you have about a week and a half to join this tournament. So this tournament is kind of like a random settings tournament-ish, where they give you a map and everything else is gonna be completely random, and that's it. So you have to come up, you have to play with whatever shows up. So this is an interesting, it's a different concept of the random settings that happen in the Plasma Field server. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they come up with to kind of give it a different twist. So we have to wait until that comes up. Also upcoming, we have the Wrong Mode Right Map tournament. This is a tournament that you have until today to join if possible. If you didn't make it on time, you still can try to join and maybe made it to the waiting list, or if not, you can contact in the event help in the main Risk Discord. Try to ask them if there is any open space or what could you do to join this tournament. This tournament, the whole concept of this tournament is that you have a lot of maps that people already know that those maps are good for different kind of settings, right? For example, everybody knows that Turkey is good for zombies, right? It's a big map. You don't have any bonuses that are really that good to hold, and it's an open map, so zombies are always gonna be causing devastation, but you can always kind of hide in different places. So Turkey is a really good map for zombies. Also, of course, 28 turns later is also a good map for zombies as well. But and also, for example, you have Spain is a really good Spain is really a good map for fixed 70%. Or for example, Mont Saint Michel is a really good map for 70% progresses. So that is the thing. You have all of these maps that people already know what kind of settings you can use them. So they kept getting repeated and repeated and repeated. So the idea of this tournament is that yes, we're gonna be using this map, but it's not gonna be for that. It's gonna be for something else. They're gonna be using another something else to try to shake things up, and it's a really interesting concept. I am interested to see what they're gonna be coming up with settings to try to throw people off. So if you are interested on this, you probably have until today, sometime today, to join. Again, if it's too late for you, maybe you can make it to the waiting list and you can play this tournament if the opportunity arises, if somebody doesn't show or something. The last tournament, this one also was open. The sign-ups were open until today, so that means that we're gonna be talking about these three tournaments next week. No, actually, these two tournaments next week. So you have the Blizzard's Open tournament. The groups were already created, so that means that you're not gonna be able to sign up and join from the get-go, but you could still have some time to join the waiting list. So just go to the Grandmaster Arena Discord server, and in there you're gonna be able to ask any kind of questions about if you can still join this tournament. This tournament is just all the games are gonna be played with Blizzards. That's it. And it's super interesting what they're coming up with the Blizzards. And I'm eager to see what they do with the new maps, because the new maps, all of them are choky. So the Blizzards are going to make a difference. The next interview, we don't have it yet, and by now it's not gonna be in February anymore. So we have to talk with some people to see what they want to do, and we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait until we can come up with something. Until we can talk with people and we can kind of come up with a good idea of something that we would like to talk about. There is no community news this week, at least nothing that I was made aware of, and I didn't see any developers news either. And we're gonna go with the special thanks to, of course, Eric and Friends of Risk, because that is where we actually use as a baseline to communicate all of this. All of this information is readily available in friendsofrisk.com. So over there, you can keep yourself updated with everything that is going on in the Risk community as well, especially in the tournament scene. And also I asked Marcellus Fuse a lot of stuff. I usually harass Marcellus all Sundays, and he is kind enough to help me with the information that I'm missing. So thank you so much, Marcellus. And if you don't know, Marcellus also streams on his Twitch channel. So go to twitch.tv/Marcellus Fuse and watch him. He is right now a staff, and he's one of the top best players. And if you want to watch like somebody that readily can handle any kind of settings in different tournaments, Marcellus is one of your guys. He definitely can show you something different from what most of us, me included, show you in the games. Because I can show you how to play them, but I don't actively win that many tournaments, right? Or that many games. I usually enjoy the tournaments, and I like them more than they like me. But people like Marcellus, they're constantly winning. You also have Brilliant Frog of the White Meadow. He is also really good, and he also streams, and they can show you how to play the games, and they not only know how to play the games, but they actually win them. So that is like a different people that can give you a different perspective about how to win those games, right? But in this case, we have Marcellus Fuse right there. So go to his Twitch channel, give him a follow, because he is putting a lot of time, a lot of effort into the Risk community. And with that, folks, we are going to be saying bye and thank you. That one was really out of sync. But it's all right. I'll take it. Anyway, if you are on Twitch, stay. We're going to be playing a few more games. If you're on YouTube, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye.